Hey, this is Jeremy with Strength in Numbers. I want to show you how one small change can help you save on your cell phone bill. So I want to talk to you today about how your tablet could be costing you actually more money than needed. So there's a lot of misconceptions about having a tablet and being able to access the internet. So I want to break down a little bit of technology for you and explain how it can be saving you some money. So let's look over here at the board. We have smartphones that everyone's familiar with, iPhones, Androids, etc. And we have tablets, which are also Androids and iPads and so on. Smartphones, what people don't realize is they have two different antennas in them. One is called a Wi-Fi antenna and the other one's a 4G antenna. So what the heck does that mean? Well, let's break that down real quickly here with my fancy diagram. If you are near anywhere that has Wi-Fi, what that Wi-Fi really is, it means some wall in your house or Starbucks or somewhere where they've got Wi-Fi has a modem plugged into that wall, which has a router plugged into that. And if you have a 2-in-1 combination device, usually called a gateway, that's just a modem and router together instead of separate. That's all it means. And the router is the thing that actually broadcasts the wireless signal. So that's what Wi-Fi is wireless internet. So at home or Starbucks or wherever, you've got a modem that takes the signal, translates it, and then the router that broadcasts the signal wirelessly as well as wired. And so that's what Wi-Fi is. So we'll just write that down here. This is Wi-Fi, right? 4G is that you've got this cell phone antenna. Hopefully I did a good job drawing it. You got a cell phone antenna here that's broadcasting service. And so an aspect of that service is not for calling, it's for data. And that's what 4G is, or it used to be 3G, and now you can see the 5G is going to be starting to come. So 4G is the data portion of your cell phone service. Okay? So when we've got a smartphone, it's got two different antenna in it. It has, we'll say, number 1 and number 2. It has a Wi-Fi antenna and it has a 4G antenna in it, because that phone's with you wherever you go. You're always moving and you need to have internet access. It's in your pocket, right? Well, with the tablet, especially with iPads, you can buy two different versions of the tablet. You can buy a Wi-Fi only, or you can buy a Wi-Fi plus 4G model. And what that simply means is, you guessed it, this one's only got one antenna and this one's got both antennas. So what that means is that anything that's got the 4G antenna can pick up the 4G signal. If it doesn't have the 4G antenna, it can't pick up the 4G signal, but you're never going to find one that doesn't have a Wi-Fi antenna, so it can always pick up Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is your pretty standard way to get connected to the internet. And it's becoming more and more ubiquitous no matter where you go. So most people, they get an iPad, and unfortunately they're getting them through some service plan and promotion from the carrier, and they're thinking, well, I've got the iPad and I got it with both antennas in it, so I've got the 4G model, which means that I have to have it on my cell phone bill so I can use the 4G service. No, it doesn't mean that. In fact, if you look at your bill, I'm willing to bet that you're using a very, very minuscule amount of data every month with that iPad, because you're usually almost always near Wi-Fi when you're using this thing. And so you're wasting usually $10 plus taxes, maybe a total of $12 a month per, that's not 12, that's 13. $12 a month per iPad or per tablet that's accessing your data plan through your cell phone provider. So if you simply cut off that and get rid of its unique phone number for an iPad or the other tablet, then you'll still have a capable tablet that can have both those antennas. You just won't be using one of those antennas. You'll just be using this antenna, and that's okay. Now, should you find later that you really do, you're on the go and you're a business person, or you're using it all the time in the car or something like that, well, even then you could use a hotspot from your phone. So it's really not worth spending $10 to $12 a month for each tablet that's accessing your data plan. It's usually just a gimmick for them to get you to spend more money, but they also don't ask you these questions like I do, like what you use it for and are you going to need it? Most people do not need it. I'd say 90% or more do not need to be paying an extra fee just to use this 4G antenna on the AT&T network or whatever the wireless carrier is. So that's a great tip you can apply right now today. With a little bit of technological understanding, now that you've learned this, you can go ahead and apply this. Cut the tablets off your data plan. Most likely you can do that with hardly no effect at all, and you can save $10 or $12 a month per tablet on your cell phone plan. This is Jeremy with Strength in Numbers, helping you keep your wallet heavy and your heart light.